Now, secondly, we will scrap net zero. This is policy that has seen ideology trump reality. But we'll go further than scrapping net zero. Our policy is about making sure we have the abundant, affordable energy we need in this country. And it's under our feet. It's everywhere we look. We have to make use of the natural resources of this country. The coal, the gas, the uranium. We will remove the moratorium on nuclear. We will remove it. And we will dig and drill and pay down the debt bill. That's what we must do. And can I pay tribute to the role that this state plays in doing exactly this? I have long believed that the resource states, Queensland and Western Australia in particular, have made an enormous contribution to this country, which is not always recognised. And it must be. And one of the best ways to do that is to have the Future Generations Fund so people can see what you are producing and the contribution you are making, but also to talk about it so that those in Sydney and Melbourne and other parts of Australia where the mining industry is less obvious understand the massive contribution that you have made and continue to make. Thirdly, we will end Labor's mass migration. Now, Australians are deeply concerned about the scale and the pace of immigration in this country. The numbers are too high and the standards are too low, and both must change. We've seen, as I said earlier, a record 1.4 million people coming into the country in just 3.5 years. We've never seen anything like that before. And there are many great people who come to this country, of course. But those numbers are completely unsustainable. It's averaging about 1,100 people per day. And each month, each year, Labor keeps missing its own targets. It's still running something like 50% higher than its own targets. It's lost control of the borders. We'll go further, though, than ending mass migration. We'll cap immigration based on housing supply. You cannot bring people into a country if you haven't got the houses for them. And this is the situation we've seen under Labor. Not only has migration been way above their targets, housing completions have been way below their own targets. So it is no wonder young Australians are not able to get into a home. So Labor's answer to this is to trash the housing market. That's not the answer. In fact, what we've seen in recent weeks is that it's getting harder for young Australians to buy a home, not easier. There are less people buying a home to own now than there were before Labor's taxes were put in place. This is not working. We need to cap migration based on available housing, but we need to have more houses built in this country as well. And that means slashing the National Construction Code, which is forcing builders to build woke palaces wherever they go. Now, some people might want to live in a woke palace. That's fine. I've got no problem with that. That's choice. We believe in choice. But you shouldn't force everybody to do it when it costs up to an extra $70,000 to build that house. How are young Australians going to get into a home if it's costing $70,000 more to build a house because of Labor's 2,000 pages of regulation? I mean, how can a builder comply with 2,000 pages of regulation in how to build a house? It simply isn't working, and we will slash it. We'll also put in place a housing infrastructure fund. This is great work that James McGrath is involved with to make sure that we get houses built. Cameron Caldwell here as well. Make sure we get the houses built we need for young Australians to be able to get into a home.
Angus Taylor came out swinging at the LNP State Convention in Brisbane. No vague promises, just a direct message on the big issues hitting Australian families right now. First up, energy. He says it's time to scrap Labor's net zero obsession, calling it a policy where ideology has trumped reality. Taylor argues Australia should make full use of the resources we actually have under our feet: coal, gas, and uranium. He wants to remove the long-standing moratorium on nuclear power so we can pursue every option for abundant, affordable, and reliable energy. We will dig and drill and pay down the debt bill, he declared. It's a clear pitch to bring power prices down and keep the economy strong. He also took time to recognize the massive contribution resource states like Queensland and Western Australia make to the whole country. Taylor believes future generations' funds and honest conversations about that contribution are needed, so people in the big cities truly understand where the nation's wealth comes from. Then he moved to one of the hottest issues in Australia today: immigration and housing. Taylor pointed out that nearly 1.4 million people arrived in just 3.5 years. He says the numbers are too high, the standards have slipped, and it's simply not sustainable. With housing construction falling well behind demand, rents and prices keep climbing, making it harder for young Australians to get into their first home. His solution? End the era of mass migration and cap future immigration levels based on actual housing supply. You can't keep bringing people in if there aren't homes for them. On top of that, he wants to slash excessive red tape, including what he called 2,000 pages of national construction rules that are driving up building costs by tens of thousands per house, so builders can deliver more affordable homes faster. This speech is Taylor laying down a clear alternative vision: practical energy policy that puts reliability and cost first, controlled immigration tied to infrastructure, and a real focus on getting young Aussies ahead in their own country. Whether you agree with every detail or not, he's tapping into real frustrations many people feel about cost of living, energy bills, and the housing shortage. These are the kinds of bold calls that will shape the political debate heading towards the next election. What do you make of it? Is this the kind of reset Australia needs right now, or do you see problems with the approach? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one.